Hey, what is up guys? Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hope you're all having a wonderful day with your friends, your family, whatever you're doing. I hope you're having a great holiday season. This is my last video of the year. Can't believe that the year is already over. 2019 has flown by very quickly. I cannot believe it. It's been a crazy but incredible year for me. So many things have changed, so many things have happened, but for this video, I just wanted to do a very simple, straightforward, sit-down Q&A where I ask you guys some questions on my Instagram stories and I'm gonna pick some from there, answer as many as I can, and just chat with you guys, sit down here with you, and chill out. So grab a coffee, grab a tea, whatever you want, whatever you're into, and let's have a chat. Oh, there is one thing that I was waiting to unbox because I was waiting for you guys. I wanted to unbox it with you, and it's been sitting on my shelf for a bit, so let's do that right now. I cannot believe it. It's crazy. It's been sitting on my shelf for like the past 2 months now, but I was waiting to open it because I wanted to open it on camera with you guys in a Q&A video or something. So here it is, and I can't believe that I only started YouTube 1 year ago. Sorry guys, I'm getting emotional. I don't know where to put this. So as you can see, this shelf is quite empty. We haven't finished fully furnishing the apartment yet, but now I can put this there. It's gonna have its own little spot. Over here. Diego asks, do you speak French? Non, je ne parle pas français, non. Yes, yes, I do speak French, of course. I am French, I'm a quarter French, half Japanese, got a bit of Cambodian in there. And yeah, I do speak French, that's where I was born. I was born in Paris. Oh, good questions by Eddie. We're gonna spill some tea here. Was starting YouTube a big commitment for you, and how much do fashion YouTubers make? So I'm gonna start with the first question. Was starting YouTube a big commitment for me? I mean, yes, of course, in the sense that it's a lot of work and you have to commit to it. I mean, I believe that whatever you wanna do, if you wanna create something meaningful, you definitely have to make a big commitment and really go full on, full force with it and commit to it for at least 6 months or at least a year to see any meaningful results happen in any subject, any topic, really, any career. So yes, it was a commitment, but it was also a commitment that I wanted to make. And I was in a period of self-discovery, I would say, where I was kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And I had been creating content on Instagram for a while, and YouTube seemed like a natural progression for me. I had been enjoying editing photography a lot, and I wanted to get into video editing and learn that and see if it was something that I enjoyed. So that's why I got started in YouTube. And of course, the topic fashion is something I've been interested in for the longest time now. So it seemed like a very natural topic to talk about because it's one of my biggest passions. And yeah, that's how I got started into it. And yes, it was a commitment, but it was a very intentional commitment. And the second part of the question is, how much do fashion YouTubers make? All right, let's spill some tea, guys. I would make it more broad, as in how much do YouTubers make? I don't think you necessarily have to separate it into different categories like fashion YouTuber or food YouTuber. So let's just talk about YouTubers in general. I think it heavily depends on a lot of things, the number of subscribers, the views, how you're monetizing. But I would say that there is a very large range of people gaining different levels of income. So, I mean, plenty of people do YouTube as a side job, as a side hustle on top of their full-time job. And they just make some side money with that, or they don't even make any money at all. And some people, I mean, the biggest channels on YouTube, like, they make a lot, like, and they make millions, to be honest. So it very much depends on where you're at in your YouTube journey, I would say. What I like about it is that there isn't a ceiling per se, like you would get in a regular 9-to-5 job, and that's kind of also the reason why I wanted to get into it and get into the more modern kind of career path that you can take these days, because I like not having a ceiling in terms of what I can achieve and in terms of someone else telling me what to do, and also in terms of the financial success you can have as well. So it very much depends. I mean, there's people making a couple hundred a month, people making a couple thousand, and then there's tens of thousands and even higher than that, to be honest. So it very much depends on where you're at. Very few people can actually manage to make a living off of just YouTube AdSense. Like you need to be making like millions and millions of views every month consistently to be able to make a solid living from just AdSense. So that's why a lot of creators do sponsorships and brand deals and have other sources of revenue that are not directly related to the YouTube AdSense, because I mean, today, unless you're a huge creator, it's pretty much the only way you can sustain a living doing YouTube, I would say. So yeah, and it's also a choice, like, of how much you want to monetize. Of course, if you do 4 brand deals a month, you'll make more money than if you do 1 brand deal a month. And so that's a big factor in it as well. And take me, for example, I'm probably shooting myself in the foot in terms of like the financials, because I'm so selective with the brands that I want to work with. I have very few brands that I actually do want to work with on brand deals, because even if I only work with brands that I genuinely love and use myself and have no problem promoting, I still feel like if every single video is sponsored, it starts to become a bit of a burden on the viewer, and I just don't, me as a viewer, that's an experience that I wouldn't want to have on a channel that I'm watching regularly. So that's why I'm not doing that, and I try to keep it to, like, if I can get one brand deal a month or 2, like, I'm more than happy with that. And sometimes I get none. Like December, I didn't get any brand deal. But yeah, some months, like, I make a lot less money, and some month I make a bit more. At which setting do I trim my beard? It looks great right now. Thank you, Melvin. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna do a full video on just my beard probably, and how I groom it, because it's quite complex. I don't get it done myself. I just do the lining myself. So I'll shave it regularly, like on a daily or every other day. About every week, every 10 days, I go to the barber to get it done, because I like it a certain way that I can't really pull off myself, because I'm not a great barber. So I do like really short on the sides. It's about 2 millimeters here. And then I go slightly longer on the mustache and the beard. So it's 6 millimeters, about 6 millimeters on the mustache, and 7 or 8 on the beard. And there's a slight fade in the transition between the cheeks and the beard, and a very smooth gradual fade on the sideburns as well. Oh, and the neckline is faded as well. And then I like it very sharp on the cheeks here. What kind of camera am I using and stabilizer? I don't have a stabilizer. I don't have a gimbal. I need to buy one. Everything is handheld, like all the moving B-roll shots you see. But I use a Canon 6D Mark II. My lens for videos is a 24 to 70 millimeter f4. I need to buy the 2.8, but it's very expensive. Oh, this is a good question. Now that you live in Europe, do you see a difference in the style of men's clothes / the way they dress? So I definitely think there's a difference in style. I used to live in Australia before, for those who are not aware, and I just moved to the UK, but I also lived in a bunch of other places. So I definitely think that there is a difference in style depending on the country where you're living. So for example, the style in London is very different from the style that you'll see in Sydney or Melbourne or even Paris or the US. Those have very different styles, and I think that's what makes it so interesting. And I get very inspired by the fashion here in London. It's quite different from other countries I've lived in. I would say a little bit more eclectic than the Parisian style or the Scandinavian style. Like, it's a lot more out there, and like they use bolder fits and bolder colors, and like all about the oversized puffers and stuff like that. Yeah, I really like the street style here too. So I very much enjoy the fashion in London. By the way, I feel like I'm gonna get questions about the shirt I'm wearing. So this shirt is from Asket. It's a denim shirt from Asket. Great brand, great shirt, great quality fabric. I'll link it in the description for you guys if you want to check it out. Can we expect more collabs in 2020? You can definitely expect more collabs in 2020. I've done a few already. I've done one with Brock from Modest Man. I've done one with Nathan on style tips for athletic men. That was a really good one. So I've done a few, but I definitely want to do more in 2020, so you can definitely expect some good stuff. So I've been getting a bunch of questions about my tattoos and people asking for a video on my tats. So I definitely think I want to do a video on my tattoos in the future. I just haven't done one yet because the core focus of my channel is fashion, not tattoos. And also because it is quite a personal topic, and I haven't yet figured out what the best way or how I want to approach it in the video and how I want to structure it. I definitely think I'm going to do one at some point, so you can expect it in the future. How many different places have I lived and which ones are your favorite? Also, why? France, Japan, Canada, Uruguay, Ecuador, Australia, Taiwan, and now the UK. So I've lived in 8 different countries. And which one is my favorite? That's a hard question to answer because I really think that each country has its own uniqueness and its own charm. So I've really loved every country I've lived in, to be honest. I mean, Uruguay is a great country. The weather is insanely good. There's beach all over in the capital city in Montevideo. Like regardless of where you live, you're usually pretty close to the beach. So it's a very beautiful country too. I had a good time there. I think Canada is stunning as well. Maybe a little too cold for me, but it is a beautiful country, and Taiwan was just amazing. The quality of life in Taiwan is out of this world. But yeah, I mean, every country has its own uniqueness. I think you can find great things about each country. Do I prefer winter or summer Christmas? Definitely winter. I think winter and Christmas just go well together. Christmas to me feels much more wintry, and I want to be wearing like a chunky turtleneck and just having snow and stuff like that. I had a summer Christmas last year in Australia, and that was kind of weird. Say something in Spanish. Pues no sé qué decirte. ¿Has probado mate? Es una bebida que es como una mezcla entre el café y el té, diría. Y es una bebida que toman mucho en Argentina y en Uruguay y me gusta mucho. Si nunca has probado, deberías probar. Ooh, I'm getting some questions about my dancing. So, if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen that I posted some dance stories recently. I've been dancing for about 10 years now. Sort of on and off, I would say. I started dancing at the age of 15. So yeah, I've been dancing for 10 years. This is the first time in my life that I haven't danced in like a year and a half because I took a long break from it. As I mentioned previously, like I took a long break from a lot of stuff to focus on YouTube. And yeah, it's a deep passion of mine. I very much love dancing. I didn't want to turn it into a career because I figured out that when I started making money from it, I started enjoying it less, and it kind of took away that passion for me for a bit. Whereas, for example, for YouTube, I don't enjoy it any less while making money from it. So I think some passions you can turn into a career, and some are just not meant for you to turn into a career. And dancing for me wasn't that. So it's a passion I'm going to keep probably all my life. I'm going to keep dancing. Are you going to get dance videos? I don't know. Probably not. Like, I'm not going to do like a full-on like choreography in a video, but maybe I'll incorporate some moves here and there, you know. We'll see. Ivan asks, do you attribute success more to luck or skill? I would say there is some luck, of course, involved. Serendipity, coincidence, however you wanna call it. But that's a factor that you cannot control. I would never depend on that. I would never think about how lucky you can get. I would never rely on that or just be at the mercy of luck. I would look at it more as a mixture of skill and discipline, or skill and hard work, however you want to put it. I think skill is a factor, as in some people are more talented than others in a certain topic. So there's talent, there's skill, but that is also something that you can't really control. So the only variant that I would focus on is hard work and discipline. Whatever area you're trying to be successful in, whatever you're working on, I would focus on your discipline, your ability to work hard and work smart and be consistent in your work and just get something done every day. And that comes with a lot of effort, a lot of hard work, and the ability to push yourself into hard times and sometimes doing stuff that you might not necessarily want to do when you're tired. And I think hard work plays a much bigger role than people think in success, or at least that's what I feel like I've learned in the past years. We're gonna do one last fun question to end it on. Are you more of an early bird or a night owl? I am a night owl that wishes he was an early bird. I always find myself going to bed quite late, working late at night, and then waking up later. I'm going to try to wake up earlier. I feel like I'm more productive in the early mornings. So it's something I want to try and do a better job at, waking up earlier and going to bed earlier. Therefore, in the next year, especially in wintertime in London, like the sun sets so early that if you don't wake up early, like you barely see the light of the day. So I definitely want to try and wake up earlier. But for now and inherently, I've probably been more of a night owl than an early bird. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It has been an amazing year. I am so happy to have this community, to have you guys watching my videos and commenting, and I just appreciate it very, very much. I cannot believe that I have this little plaque here now. Literally, when I started, it was like a dream. I can't believe, I can't believe it. It really is a dream come true. I wish you an amazing, amazing end of the year. I hope you have a wonderful time with your family, and I will see you in 2020, I guess. It's gonna be a good year. I can feel it. Guys, love you all. Appreciate you. Have an amazing day, and I will see you next year. Peace.